Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a really fun, quick behind the scenes look at a recent shoot that I did with good friend, frequent collaborator of mine, Noura. She's a dancer from the Washington Ballet. We've collaborated together on a couple of different shoots in the past. Most notably, really one of the standouts from my Fallen Angel series, as well as a couple of just lifestyle shots that we've collaborated with. And we always get something really special, and I really love working with her. She has a very natural presence about her, and she knows how to pose, which is great and really kind of invaluable when it comes to portraiture. So this was planned. We talked about doing this for a while. We wanted it to be sort of a cinematic lifestyle / fashion shoot underground, so we could get that really moody feeling, and experimenting with a couple of different props, most notably my newly acquired LED light panel that I got. Well, I guess it's more like a tube, but it's a really cool little light that I bought. It's an RGB light. You can see it here. Really handy, really powerful. It's also magnetic, which is cool, and a lot of different applications, especially in a darker atmosphere like this, where it can actually it can be seen. It won't get overpowered by ambient light, and it gives you just a little pop of interest to your images. And I already had sort of a preconceived notion of how these would turn out, so that extra sort of mood lighting with a little grain and some movement and sort of a soft focus to a lot of the images really helped these stand out as some really beautiful shots here. Again, experimenting with the light, trying different colors, trying different angles, using some wide angle stuff, some telephoto stuff, and sort of just moving through the space, seeing what we can find. Here I wanted to try some long exposures, because how could you not? And here's the disaster. So basically I did not secure my 360 camera, and I ruined it pretty much. Always secure your gear, guys. But it kept working. It kept working. I was able to nail this shot. You know, when I'm so dialed in, I really didn't realize how damaged it was at the time. But I ended up with a really good shot. But now you can really see it here. Basically, the outside lens got scratched. And with these types of cameras, once that happens, it's kind of a wrap. You know, they need those lenses to be able to use that computer learning to stitch everything together, and there's really no way to avoid it. So but again, I didn't see this in the moment, and it didn't impact me at all while I was shooting this. I'm so dialed in, and it was still able to really function. I mean, I got this awesome shot, which I love so much, and one of the cool things about 360 cameras is that you can get some really interesting novel compositions. You can do some interesting transitions like this. This is where you can really get a feel for the unique patterns that are prevalent in DC's Metro. All of these little engraved rectangles are meant for sound dampening, so you don't basically go deaf while you're underground, but they also serve from a photographic point of view of making some really beautiful sort of abstract looks to your images, almost like futuristic, gothic, abstract, a little bit of everything depending on how you capture it and the mood you're going for with your processing. I was still able to capture some really nice images here utilizing this light, and you can see here these images are really sort of they're different, they're beautiful, and they're different, which is something I'm always sort of striving for. Moving on, this was a very humbling experience. This is me trying to do a long exposure with a dancer and not really planning it properly like I should have, and really just, trying something out of the box. We've worked together on, like I said, on a few different occasions, and I feel much more comfortable trying things like this with models that I've collaborated with a few times in the past, because basically what could happen here could happen. It was not successful, and I would have really been stressed out about that if this was somebody I'm just now or just working with for the first time. But since we've done this before, and at this point we've actually already gotten a couple of good shots, I really wasn't sweating it too much. Got out of that situation, came down. This is after a few minutes of just talking and kind of, doing the in-between stuff that, that really helps you connect during a shoot. I wanted to get sort of the hero shot, the shot that I know is going to be beautiful, the shot that is not very experimental, but it doesn't really have to be. It's something that, like I said, I know is going to work. And I really wanted to incorporate a lot of these dramatic patterns that you see in the back, as well as the movement from the trains here. So you can see, my classic sort of low angle composition, playing with symmetry, playing with perspective, helping her really gain some dominance in the frame. And they turned out as beautifully as I expected them to. We kind of sped along here. We actually shot a little bit after the events of this behind the scenes, but kind of wanted to end it here just because it was sort of us just playing around near the end. This is interesting. I wanted to again get that movement of the train in the shot, but it was actually Noura who recommended this composition. I would not have thought to just make the slight adjustment to gain that depth of frame, but she recommended it and it turned out great. And I tried some experimenting with long exposures and camera movement and things like that, and it helped add to the sort of filmic, sort of soft focus, ethereal look I was going for. So yeah, that was it, guys. Just a really quick behind the scenes look at a recent shoot. Going to be pumping these out as quickly as I can, getting more and more comfortable with this format and the editing. So expect some really interesting things, and thank you for tuning in, guys. Until next time, peace. Damn, is that my oven going on? Life of a photographer / dad.